On November 3rd, when you were taking those reports, what did Charles say?
Charles said if it was a setup, I could have went and got my friend's 408, and they would have been picking their dog up in pieces.
What is a 408?
I believe it's a rifle.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Morris.
All right, thank you, Mr. Herder. Mr. McLeod.
Officer, you were there initially.
I don't understand the question. Are you talking about at the time of the shooting?
LMPD was there before you?
Correct.
Okay, how long were they on the scene?
I'm not sure. I don't have that information.
Okay. When you arrived, you have no idea like what time it actually happened, or
I arrived on scene at 5:41.
do you know what time the alleged shooting happened?
I know the call came in to us roughly at 4:50, I believe.
So it's either 4:50 or before.
That the shoot, well, yeah, because it would have happened and then it was called and reported.
Because they can't go in the future.
Correct.
Okay. Now, so the dog's laying there when you get there.
I did not see the dog when I was on scene.
Okay. You didn't see the dog at all when you're on scene?
Correct.
Okay. Now, it was an LMPD officer. Do you disagree? It was an LMPD officer that came up and said the dog was still alive.
No, I don't believe that was the case.
Okay. But he wasn't,
Mr. Dunaway told me the dog was still alive.
but he had to be escorted back on the property, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When Mr. Dunaway came up to speak to me, he came from the side of his house. So he said he informed me he went back there, Mr. Dunaway, and saw his dog there, and his dog was still alive.
Okay. Now, the videotape, did you go out, did you tell them, I'm trying to figure out why you were there the next day.
Well, I was there on the 3rd to get more statements from Charles Beneke and from, I believe, Cassandra McGrath or Dante Dunaway.
Okay. Now, Dante Dunaway, his fiance was there, correct?
She was not there initially. She came home after the fact. After the incident happened, after Dante had taken the dog to Shively Animal Clinic. So it was a few hours later, I believe.
And what did she tell you?
I'm not understanding your question.
Did she say anything to you?
To me, initially,
You're taking statements, right?
I was speaking to Nicole Beneke when she arrived on scene.
Did you ever follow up with her, though?
Yes,
What did she say to you?
she said a lot of things to me.
Okay, tell me, what stands out in your mind as important?
She was frustrated. She wanted to know why I hadn't charged them with anything yet. She wanted to know the details of what happened.
Just for clarity, Mr. McLeod's use of the pronoun her, I'm not sure if it's clear if he's asking about Ms. McGrath.
And I'm sorry, I couldn't remember her name.
Because I think he's I think Officer Claxton is referring to his interactions with Ms. Beneke.
I'll use a proper name now.
No. He's saying, are you asking about Ms. McGrath? or
McGrath. Ms. McGrath.
Then
Okay, and I think you said Beneke, and he's responding Beneke, but are you referring to the fiance of Dante Dunaway?
Yes, the her is, I couldn't remember her name. It's
Okay.
Cassandra McGrath. The her meant Cassandra McGrath.
Oh.
And I apologize, I'm just not good with names, and this is something that, for some reason, it's a block. So I just couldn't, the her, and I mean, I'll back up. Cassandra McGrath is who I'm talking about.
Judge, can you approach
Yes.
quickly?